Hi everyone, and welcome to another week of crafting with me, Miss Molly. I'm so happy that you're here. So today we're going to be doing another nature-inspired craft. So much like last week's where we were making nature soup, we're going to be using materials, one that you probably already have in your house and it's easy to find, and two that you can find outside. So without further ado, are you ready to craft? All right, join me and let's go. So today what we're going to be making is a mixed media type of painting, I guess you would call it. And what it is you'll just need one piece of paper and we are going to paint, not with paint, but with something that you already have in your house. Any guesses what we'll be using? We're going to be using spices that we probably already have in our spice drawer. So we'll be using spices to paint, and then to decorate and add a different type of media to our paintings, we're going to be using pieces from nature, just like we did last week. So for this project, you're going to need the following materials. You'll need a piece of paper. If you have one that's a little bit more sturdy, that's great. You could always use a cardboard box, or if you have the bags, the paper bags that you have at the grocery store now, because you can't use our reusable bags, it's a really great way to use those and put them to use. So you could use that, you could just cut it out in a square, and that could be an option for a piece of paper. You'll obviously need your spices. If you have sprinkles as well, if you bake with sprinkles, these are a great option because they'll give you really vivid colors. So that's fun. You'll need a plate so you can go ahead and mix all of your paint spices. What else are we gonna need? I have a flower because I love flowers and I think that would be great in the picture. I also have some grass again. I have glue. Just in case you might need some tape. And of course, scissors. The last two things that you're going to need are some sort of a paper towel. This is mostly just going to be for drying off your hands before you're switching spice paints. You could use a cloth one, you could use a paper one, whatever you have at home, that's fine. And then you'll need a little bit of water, and that's for mixing our paints. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to turn the camera down and I'll demonstrate how you can do this type of art project. Okay. Perfect. It looks like you can see here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a type of painting. I think what I'm going to do is maybe paint a girl. You can paint a lion, a butterfly, whatever you want. This is just what I'm thinking. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and take my plate and dump out the spices that I want to use. So I definitely want to use turmeric because this is a really pigmented spice and will give you a great color. And it smells so good. And then I'm also going to use some cinnamon. So I'm just doing them a little bit farther apart. And then what I'm going to do is take my finger and just dap some water on top of this. You don't want it to be too much. That's a little bit too much, but that's okay. Nothing has to be perfect here. We're just crafting. And then go ahead and dip a little bit like this. Make sure that they're not mixing into each other. And then, good, I have the red. Okay, so it looks like I have all of my spice paints all set up and I'm just wiping my hands off. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm definitely going to do a girl. So I think what I'm going to do is take my cinnamon paste that I made over here. And I'm going to do an outline of a girl. So I'm going to start with her head. And it's really fun. I like to do it with my fingers, but if you don't really like to get messy, you could always use a paintbrush. That's not a problem at all. Okay, so I have her head shape and I really am liking it. I'm gonna take my turmeric paste that I made. And I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put her nose on here, just like this. Now, I had red sprinkles, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do is use the red sprinkles for her lips. But of course, if you don't have red sprinkles, you could always use a marker too if you really wanted to get the colors that you don't have in your spice drawer. But I think the whole thing that's so fun about this is that you can just use products that you already have in your house and that they're natural, and it's just a really creative way to make art. So we have to do eyes. What do you think we should do for eyes? I have a flower. Do you think I should make them out of grass? You know what? I think what I'm gonna do is use my glue and do 2 little spots right for her eyes, just like this. And I think I'm going to do 2 petals for her eyes. So her eyes are going to be made out of petals. Can you imagine if your eyes were made out of petals? That would be so silly. And then what I think I'll do is just to make that pupil, that black spot, so just do a little dip, just like that. So our girl was really coming along. So now I'm going to do some other parts of our mixed media that we have. So I think what I'll do is always put your glue down first. So I'm putting the glue down, and I think what I'm going to do is give her some bangs. So using this funky sea grass that I got, I'm going to go ahead and put bangs here. Oh, this is looking so cool. And now I'm going to give her long, luscious hair. And you know what I'm going to use for hair? Any guesses? I'm going to use grass. Can you believe that? And I'm going to just go ahead and stick it on all the glue that I have. Just like this. Nothing has to be perfect. Remember, we're just having fun. Wow, she's looking really beautiful. This is so exciting. I think we're almost getting to being all done. You just want to make sure that you're pushing the grass down. I think she's missing one thing, and I think it's a flower in her hair. So I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of tape. If you don't have tape, that's okay. You can go ahead and use glue. I just think the tape secures a piece that's a little chunkier down. So I'm going to go ahead and tape the flower in her hair. And there we go. Our craft is all complete. So this is a really simple craft. I think it's really pretty too. It makes like a really beautiful, different type of art, and it smells really good. Mine smells a lot like cinnamon. So I hope you enjoy doing this. If you do it, please make sure to tag the Rockport Public Library in any of the creations that you make, because we would love to see how you're spending your time and what you're doing. So from the Rockport Public Library to you, please know that we miss you, and of course, happy crafting. I'll see you next week.